Hey guys, this is Reviewski. Today I will show you how to blur something out in Adobe Premiere Pro. So this is useful for things if you want to blur out somebody's face or a logo. Now in the latest video I uploaded before this one, me and Hagakure, we were both wearing our school sweatshirts and I wanted to blur that out. So this is the clip if you haven't seen it already. Alright, so that is the clip, and in this video I will show you how to do that in other versions of that. So let's just open up Premiere here, and first you want to import your footage, then you can just drag that on there, and then you want to make a second copy, a copy of that video clip here, and just put that on the second video track. Then after that, we can go into Effects and type in Blur. Alright, so here are all the different kinds of blurs. As far as I know, I don't think it matters, but I will just be showing you how to do the Gaussian blur, or I'm pretty sure that's how you pronounce it. So just drag that on the second video track. It's very important to drag that on the second track. Now, once we go back here, you'll notice, wait, it's not showing up. The blur is not happening. So here, you just go into Effects Controls. Select that one, Effects Controls, and then under the blur part, the blurriness is preset to 0. You can just boost that up. I like to do it maybe around 70, 80, about there. You don't want it like really blurry, but you want it enough so it blurs out the person's face or whatever you're blurring out pretty well. And now, you don't want the whole thing to be blurred. You just want the person's face. So after that, after you've finished setting the blur however much you want it, go into the title, New title, default still. We can just title this blur, and then it you usually use the type tool since it's the type part, but you want to go down here to all these different kinds of triangles or shapes, shapes. So for this one, we'll just use the square. So do it however you want. So about like that, maybe a bit bigger. Like that. It doesn't really matter what shape you use, but you can use different shapes on the circumstance. So then just X out of that and drag that on the third video track and just make that as long as the clip you're blurring out. And now it's just the white circle, the white square. And we don't really want that. Well, we don't want it since that's not going to do anything. So after that, we'll go into the effects again and then type in track matte keying. So we're keyframing now. Now drag that on to the second video track, and then go to Effects Controls again, Effect Controls, and then under the track matte keying part, you wanna the matte is currently selected to 1. You want to select that to video 3, and once you do that, the blur is set to the square. So now after that, just select it, maybe make it a bit bigger. Select where you want it for the first frame, like that. Now we will go under Motion, Position, add the keyframe, and now the blurring process is very tedious. We're basically just going frame by frame and moving it. So we're just setting the frames. So first of all, for all these clips, and by moving frame by frame, you just use the arrow keys on your computer. And right about there, you don't have to move it every single frame, but if you want it to be really fluid, you can do that. Alright, so then you just select the timeline, move it, it's still good. Right about there when the camera moves, so let's just move it like that. And right there, maybe a couple frames back, so it follows his head. About there, maybe more. That, and you notice this kind of line right here. That is wherever the square, whatever your shape is moving. So that line is tracking where it's moving around. So this is a very tedious process and very time consuming, so it's good if you have a lot of time on your hands. And now I'm just going to cut to after I finished this whole thing so you guys can see the finished product. Alright, so I've been doing it for about 15 seconds, and now I can show you the final product. So you see how it's moving, kind of, just following his face. Yeah, and that is as far as I got. So something like that, 15 seconds, took me maybe 20 minutes or so. So if you're doing a really thorough job, it can take a longer time, but something really small could take maybe like, yeah, for example, I was doing some other blurring out the other day, and it was 3 seconds of footage. It took me 5 minutes to do that, and it just depends also on your frame rate, so that's always a factor. And that is how you blur something out, a logo or a face or whatever, in Premiere Pro. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to leave a like, comment, and subscribe if you have not already. And also, what do you think of my new channel banner? Be safe, take care, and have a good one.
Stuff will fall out of your king.
Yeah, like yours actually has a... Oh, it mended?
No, my mom fixed it.
Yeah.
Hashtag my mom fixed it.
But still, like, yeah. It can weigh stuff down. Alright, here it is.